and welcome to Just Crafting Around. My name is Kelly and I will be your host for today. Today we are going to be working again on the two-tiered stand. I will show you how I'm going to decorate it for Mother's Day and tell you where I either purchased the products or will kind of go and show you how the products were actually made. But before we get started, never forget the coffee. Okay, so here we go. First of all, going to use, again, if you've watched my show before, you know that I always use some kind of fabric to put on the bottom, and that is to hide your different pieces of wood to stand stuff on to stack it a little bit taller. I like to hide it. There's times when you probably don't want to. If you're doing something like that's outdoorsy, don't have to hide this kind of stuff, and maybe you don't want to anyway. That's totally your call. I think something like for Mother's Day is more feminine, so I would want to hide this. So I'm going to put the white lace in the inside here, and I'm using white lace because of the colorfulness of everything. If you get fabric that is really loud, which I have some of that kind of stuff at home, if you use that kind of fabric, it kind of takes away from the stuff that you're actually putting in here. So because it's Mother's Day and because it's Memorial Day at the same time, we're going to add a Memorial Day thing as well. Okay, and again, you know, you can look at this and decide later how you want to put it together. Like I've said 110 times, when you're dealing and when you're working with something like this, you'll probably change it 10 times until you find a time that you like it. I will have something sitting on the table for 2 weeks, and after the third week of walking by it, I'll go, oh, yep, didn't like it, want to change it. So let's get started. What I did is I purchased a paper mache M for Mother, and I painted it. I wanted to do the ombre painting where you start dark and you kind of go lighter, and then I put it into the cream. I didn't like this. So what I did was I went downstairs into my craft room and actually found some scrapbooking paper that I really liked, and I did the M on it. I also had some Scrabble tiles that I used, and I put the words Mother up here, caring down here, and amazing here. And I thought it turned out really nice. I love it, and I like the colors. The colors in the scrapbooking paper is what I really liked. So hence, this is my back, my front. Okay, now what I did was I actually put magnets on the bottom here because I'm going to stick this directly to the top part of this to make it stand decent. So that's what I'm going to do there. We'll push this down a little bit, put it more towards the back. I'm going to turn it more towards me until we're kind of done. Put some of this in between here to make it lay a little bit nicer. Okay, so there's the M part of it, which this is kind of nice when you get the taller ones because you should have something taller in the backs of it to stick up and then kind of put the shorter stuff towards the front. So the M is going to be the back part of it. Okay, now I also found these cute galoshes. I had to get these, I just had to. Okay, Hobby Lobby find. And these are called Springtime, and any springtime spring stuff they had on sale for 40% off, so I didn't have to use my coupon. Yay! I could use it for something else. So I put the galoshes in there, and then I found these on sale at, these were actually at Joann's Fabrics, and I found these and I loved them. So I picked some of these here up, and we're going to put them in the galoshes. When you do things and you find something that you really like, they always say to go in odd numbers. So for instance, 3, 5, well, you know the odds. They always say to do things in odd numbers. So I picked out 5 of these bad boys. Plus, I like to use these for the holidays and stuff. These are so nice because you can bend things any direction that you want. You can pull them off and just use the bead part without the greenery. But the greenery here, I do like the greenery part of this, so we're going to use that. Okay, that looks pretty good. You're not going to be able to see the carrying, but I think you get the idea of it. I will take the stain, I'll go over it with the stain, and I use the Early American, the Minwax Early American, and I stained it up. Then I was very lucky to find little plates like this, very little plates. I went into the antique store and I actually found these at an antique store. I found 3 of them. I was so excited, and that store was gone out of business. I paid $1 a piece for these. I walked out of there, I was so excited I couldn't hardly stand myself. So what I did was I took this first, painted it, distressed it, stained it, found my little saucer to put on here. You could put a bigger one on if you'd like, but this one fit absolutely perfect in the back. Took hot glue, pasted it to this, and look at how cute that turned out. I'm so in love with this. What I'm looking to do now is make a manly man one, if that's possible. So I'm going to put that in here, give it my little space, and then I am going to use, come on, got too much bunched up there. It's not working the way I want it to. There we go, so unbunch and let that work. Okay, I'm going to put it over here, and then I'm going to use one of the candles that I have here, right here. This is a flameless candle. I purchased these, and it feels like wax, and it smells like vanilla, but it's got the wax feeling to it. It's got the candle look to it. It's an AED candle. So I'm going to take that, and that is why I wanted this little, just this little thing to put. It is absolutely perfect. It fits a candle perfectly. At least a little candle like this. And I don't want the height to be any more than what the height is on this. Okay. My day is kind of going like this today. Okay, there we go. There's the candle, there's the stand. Okay, the other thing that I purchased, and I got this for $1. I thought that was a pretty cool find. So for $1, I got this little tree house. And what I did with this was, of course, I stained it, or I painted it, and then I distressed it, stained it, and then on the bottom here, I added a little something extra for it. So what I did was I put on some rusty tin right here on the bottom, just to give it a little bit different look. So this is my rusty birdhouse. This is my distressed for a bit. Okay, I want that to stand up a little bit in the back. So I'm going to put my deal on the bottom here. It's a little too big, so I can't have anything that chunky. I want it a little less chunky, so I'm going to use one of these. And that's where I say you look and then you look again, and maybe you need to look it over again. That's just some different things to do. Okay, we've got that standing up pretty high. Okay, now I found this cool bird too. I paid $1 for this. I loved this cool bird. Again, just snooping around. Because Mother's Day is in May. Okay, the other celebration that we're celebrating is Memorial Day. So what I did with this is I just took a plain chunk of wood. I put a square dowel in the back here. I took some denim jean that I had, and then I took some little, they look like pearls. They're stickers, but they look like pearls, and I stuck them on here for the stars. And then I had some red and I had some white, more kind of distressed looking material. And not all of it is material. This here is material. These here that I have on the outsides are actually like a rickrack kind of a thing, but they're not they're more like a ribbon kind of something. And I wanted it different. Plus I wanted it to kind of float away from the actual piece of wood itself, just to do something a little bit different. And because I knew that I was going to put it in the 3-tier stand, I again put the magnets underneath here. So let's put this in here. Let it stand real good. Okay, we've got that in there. Now the other thing that I found while snooping around, of course, are these little beads right here. I think I paid $1.50 or something like that for these. Joann's Fabrics, nice little stems, nice long stems. Different colors, you can get them in blue, you can get them in just plain white, you can get them in pink, but you need to, when you see them, pick them up because they go fast. I saw some, and last year I tried to go after them and get them, like 3 weeks later, wasn't going to happen. No can do. That was not going to happen for me. They were all gone by then. Okay, the other thing I found was this little container, again for $1.50 maybe, something like that. And then I found some different kind of flowers. So what I did was, these flowers weren't on a stem. So what I did was I took them off and I just put them on little dowels, glued them to the back of a dowel stick, so that I could judge the height to put these in. I wanted to be the one to judge the height. I wanted some to stand up a little taller, some not so tall. So we are going to add the different daisies. I love daisies. I think daisies are my favorite of all favorites. And I love that you can get them colored and in such vibrant, pretty colors. It just makes you smile is what they do. So I'm gonna take these. Again, I got a pack of these flowers for $1.50, but I got these at Michael's. And I got 6 of them in a deal, which I thought was a very good deal. Very good price. I'm gonna set them in there. Okay, now, of course, we've got the 2 balls here that we, styrofoam balls. They're a little bit more than styrofoam because they're a hard foam ball. And I took the different material that I had and we put the material on them. Again, I make these just because I want them to take up room. And we'll see how all this goes. Now, I had these at home. I don't know when I got these or where I got these, but to me they were gardening tools. Well, what better place to do that than to put them in for Mother's Day? And I had this little jar. What my husband calls junk, I call treasures. So see? Somewhere along the line I bought them for something and apparently didn't use them. So we're going to put them back here by the birdhouse just because they stand up. They can stand on their own, make a statement. Okay, the other thing were buttons. I found such cute old buttons. So we've got buttons in a jar. What I did was, this was not sure what kind of a jar this was, but then I took the cover and I painted the cover, and then I just took some sandpaper and sanded around it. And then this top, my husband drew a hole in here, and that's not quite in the middle, but he drew a hole in here, and I put this little deal on the inside to kind of give it a little bit of a definition. I did the same with these. These are actually buttons, but they're cameo buttons, and I'm a cameo collector, so I love this. So we're going to put that in here. We're going to put the jar over here. And I kind of did the color so that it would kind of match the bluebird, and then this as well. Stick a cover underneath here so that sticks up a little bit for us, just like that. I'm also going to put a cover, something smaller underneath here so that the bird stands up a little taller. See, you may think that you have this all down pat, but you really don't. There we go. That sticks up nicely. I'm going to put one of these in between here, stick this in here. Okay, the bird I do want to stand up a little bit more. So another chunk of wood is going in there. I may change my mind here in a second of how I like or don't like this. Put this back a little further. There we go. Now I think I'm starting to like it just a little bit more. Stick this in here. And you talk to yourself as you go along, because that's just how you do it. And we're going to put another one of these right in here. Let's see. And I thought this was really cool. For some reason, I liked this bike. It has a little basket on it. I didn't want to paint it. Some of this wood has got such cool detail on it that it makes you not want to paint it. So we're going to stick that right in the front. You can see it.
Valley is now offering updated digital TV packages and prices. Ask us about the brand new Choice TV package. Call Valley today at 437-2615.
Okay, the next thing that we're going to use is this right here. I'm going to use this as a candle holder. And what I did was I bought these in a bag at Hobby Lobby. I believe there's like 5 of them in a bag. And I used a duck egg blue, which is the Ann Sloan paint. I used duck egg blue on this. And then what I did was I distressed it. I took some sandpaper off after it, and when you sand to distress, you sand the parts that are going to be touched a lot. So when you're doing a project, what I do is I look to see what sticks out, and whatever sticks out is what's going to be touched and what's going to be worn. So that's how I decide where I stress. I just do to what I like. If I find that I've stressed something too much, because believe you me, I have done that, what I will do is I'll repaint it again, and then I will go after it with sandpaper again and maybe just distress a little bit.
Blazing fast broadband internet from Valley is now available and better than ever. Let us help you decide which speed is best for you. The 50 meg speed would be sufficient for 1 to 4 devices, mainly emailing and surfing the web. Our 100 meg speed works great for 5 to 8 devices and multiple users streaming and downloading video. If you have 8 devices or more that are simultaneously streaming or gaming, or if you have a medium-sized business, the 250 meg speed would work best for you. For extreme heavy home or work from home use, or if you have a medium to large business using 15 or more devices, you may want to consider our 500 meg download speed to fit your needs. And if you're a home or business that needs it all, we have our 1000 meg, 1 gig broadband internet speed. Call our office today at 437-2615 and talk with one of our staff members to pick the speed that's best for you.
And I'm reusing some of the stuff that I actually used for Easter. I'm going to reuse this flower. I'm going to set him in here. And I'm going to reuse a spool just to make it not look like make it look fuller than this. Okay, I think I am satisfied with this. And here is our Mother's Day 2-tiered container. Like I said, you can do this any way you want. You can add what you want. When I did this, I was looking for things from my mom, and I decided for my mom and my grandma, I have some different brooches and stuff, and those I decided to actually use when we decorate the tree, and I'll show you what I've done with those. Again, different things that you can do, different ideas. No idea is bad. It's yours. It's your idea. You own it. If you'd like to be on the show, please give us a call at 437-2615. And again, thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you again on the next episode.